When you turn left onto Overlake Avenue, the first thing you notice is the street is adorned with massive southern live oak trees. One of those trees engulfed my new backyard as I saw the house for the first time. The legend of the tree was said to be more than 100 years old and took 6 men to surround and encircle the base. I was 8 years old when we moved to Orlando, Florida from Bedford, Indiana. I came from the hotbed of high school basketball, but I was a Kentucky Wildcat fan when it came to college athletics. My father was a high school basketball star in South Central Kentucky and went on to play college basketball. It's funny the things you remember as a kid. I can remember boxes. I can remember my new neighbors. I can remember riding my bike for the first time in a suburb. We lived in the country in Indiana, and my explorations were limited to our church parking lot. One of the things I can remember vividly is my father constructing a basketball goal for me in the backyard under the shade of that oak tree. I couldn't have been happier. I loved basketball. I had my own kingdom to dribble, shoot, and act out my NCAA Final Four dreams while inviting my new friends to come act out their dreams as well. A funny thing happened. I fell in love with college football. Nobody in my neighborhood wanted to play basketball. They all wanted to play football. I soon found myself playing tackle football on our thick St. Augustine grass in our front yard instead of working on my crossover under the shade tree. Where I came from, football was something that happened while you talked about basketball's approach. When I moved to Florida, I found out that football was something you talked about year-round. We didn't watch football. We played it. Unless you were a Notre Dame fan, it was difficult to follow your team on TV in the 1980s. We played a lot of football in my yard and my friends' yards. We played football at recess at school. Imagine a school today allowing a tackle football game during recess. There were some wonderful things about the 1980s. I truly fell in love with college football in the most painful way possible 5 years after moving to Florida. It was Saturday, September 11th, 1993. My Kentucky Wildcats were hosting the Florida Gators, and the game was on national television. Bragging rights with all my friends were on the line. Kentucky intercepted Florida 7 times that day and launched the career of Florida quarterback Danny Wuerffel all at the same time. After the starter, Terry Dean, threw 4 interceptions, the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier, went with reserve QB Wuerffel. He went on to throw 3 interceptions himself, but with 3 seconds on the clock, he connected with Chris Doering for a touchdown to lift the Gators to a 24-20 victory as time expired. I remember falling on the couch. It wasn't the last time I would be heartbroken by the University of Kentucky football. I knew that my heart hurt. In fact, I was just as heartbroken as I had been when Kentucky lost a basketball game on a last-second shot in the NCAA tournament a year earlier. That's the point I knew it. I was in love with college football. College football has had a profound impact on the United States. Regional rivalries, legends, folklore, and economic engines all revolve around the game. In 2019, NCAA Division I athletics programs brought in a combined $15.8 billion of revenue.